Welcome back to Headliners. I'm Stephen Allen with Thea Carroll and Scott Capurro. Let's take a deeper dive into Sunday's papers now. And Sunday's Telegraph, Thea, Elon Musk is working hard to try and stop being the world's richest man, it seems.
He's working overtime. And so advertising giant Twitter, Omnicom. I'm going to try and not call this a variation of COVID.
Yes, it's it's not even our fault. We're so used to listing variants.
Exactly. Omnicom, which is a global media agency that represents about 5,000 clients, has warned of essentially misrepresentation on Twitter. So for $8, anyone can become verified on Twitter, and it has led to a huge, chaotic week for Trump. Musk. The two are not intertwined publicly. And there's a huge U-turn on the rollout of subscriptions. So quite rightly, they're recommending to all their clients that they shouldn't be investing at the moment into Twitter advertising. But I think it's super interesting because whatever you want to say about Elon Musk, he is a genius. And so at the very, very bottom of this story, there is a point that he's saying we're deriving over 90% of our revenue from advertisers, and that's not a stable business model, in which it's right, because it's not a defensible position. They need to be thinking about other revenue streams and how to monetize other parts of the platform. So I don't know if this is Musk's grand plan, because he is a master of game theory. He's 10 steps ahead, and he can move markets and create, all sorts of movements in stocks, prices, and I'm not saying that he would do that, but I think he's 10 steps ahead. I don't think this is an accident.
You think he wants the advertisers to leave anyway? He just wants them to
Well, if he's crashing the value of the advertising and he's depleting the value of the stock of Twitter, it's a lot, and he's completely democratizing his workers' market, essentially. And I'm personally affected by this because a friend of mine used to work at Twitter and she was fabulous at her job. But the jobs market is so incredibly competitive that he's clearing house, which is what, an aggressive M&A situation, the majority of the management board is cleared and the incoming person does that.
A lot of them have quit, though. And it's because he asked them to come in 40 hours a week, so they quit, because they want to be at home, eating Mars bars and playing with their kids. I mean, I guess the reason is because the environment in the office, particularly in home office in San Francisco, is not cozy, as you say. It's incredibly competitive, very backstabby. And it would be nice if he maybe altered the environment a little bit, but he's making it seems even more so. But then that goes along with what Tesla employees have said about the environment he's created in California and elsewhere. Not a happy place to work. And I think he likes to see people on edge. He likes to see investors on edge, too, and that's what he's creating.
There's also, though, with what he's done with the blue tick thing, the idea that for $8 you can get it. One of the few values of Twitter was that it was a way of getting information quickly from reliable sources, and then all the newspapers write about them. But the problem is now there's no such thing as a reliable source on Twitter, because for $8... And, I mean, this is... In the story, there are things about some of the fake ones.
It's amazing. So
well, he's U-turned on it, though. He's not doing the $8 charge now. He was going to introduce it soon, but he announced today he's not going to do it for now.
Well, I think it's been paused, hasn't it? The ability
paused.
to get it. But the problem is there are already some accounts that have the blue tick now.
So you've got Pepsi coming out and saying Coke is better.
We all knew it.
They're not lying.
Just saying what we knew.
Exactly. I was really interested in the Eli Lilly and Company when they announced that insulin was now free. We say crashing the stock, it actually only dropped off about 2%, but billions was wiped off the valuation. And I think it gave people, quite rightly, a question of going, well, actually, why isn't insulin free? No one chooses to be diabetic. And it was gifted, its technology, in the first instance, and now it's making these pharma companies billions and billions of dollars.
But as we saw on the screen, there wasn't even a profile picture on that account. They verified it as an actual company without there being a picture on it.
No, really, it's us.
And the names, the go-to names, they are like one letters out of place. So George Bush is George W. Bush, and then he says, "I miss killing Iraqis." That was his quote for the day. Which is, it's funny. The problem is that Musk is angry because he's being out-trolled by his own clients. By people that he'd like to be. He wants it to be an open-air platform, but now he's finding out how difficult that could be.
Wasn't that long ago that the actual George W. Bush, doing a speech about Ukraine, accidentally, effectively trolled himself?